What's going on, guys? Welcome back. I hope y'all are doing fantastic. Today's video is going to be on Duck Commander's teal hen call. They don't make a teal drake call because I think the blue wing teal drake makes a very light whistling noise, so it's not really on the list of needs, because if you're calling with a hen call, both the drakes and the hens are going to come. So here we go. Today's video is not going to take that much time to explain because the hens only make just a couple of sounds and they all sound very similar. And you can replicate them pretty well using Duck Commander's teal hen. Just like in my wood duck calling tutorials that I was doing, I'm getting the vast majority of these sounds are coming from the Cornell Lab of Ornithology. You can look them up at any point in time. They've got all kinds of noises on there. They've got bird identification from east to west. We're going to start out with probably the simplest call. You don't have to cover up the end of it. You don't have to do anything like that. With your fine tuners here, you don't have to do none of that. So you just leave the end of the call open, and I'll let you hear it first. Here it is. Alright, now that you've heard it, I'm going to demonstrate it and we're going to go through the process. So, open end, you're just going to blow into it just like this. Alright, all I'm doing is moving my tongue up and down from the roof of my mouth and down again. I'm constantly using air to blow into the call, and I'm stopping it with my tongue. I'm saying hen, 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 or hat, 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 hat. And every call that you're hearing is coming in between me letting my tongue down and bringing it back up. That's pretty much all I'm doing there. Say hen, 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 or hat, 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 hat. Whatever's easier for you to do. Everybody's different. Everybody's built differently. And whatever works for you is probably best for you. Another call that they like to do, if they're short of breath or something like that, I'm not exactly sure why it's not always a long, choppy, high cadence call like it usually is, but sometimes you'll hear them do something like this. I'll let you listen to it first. Basically, all I'm doing is the same exact thing I was doing before, only twice, really fast in a row. I'm blowing through the call, and my tongue is stopping the airflow. Constant pressure from your lungs, and the only thing stopping it going through the call is your tongue hitting the roof of your mouth and stopping that air from coming through. I'm also not blowing as hard as I was during the initial call that I was just showing you guys. It's a very light burst of air. And I'm still doing the same thing with my tongue, but using less air. We'll listen to a few other sounds, and basically they're just the same. The way that I just explained it to you is a surefire way to call them in. Now, with this Duck Commander call, if you take it apart, right, you can watch Duck Commander's video on this as well. If you take this call apart and you take this wedge out, this reed is about a fingernail length too long. Take you a pair of scissors and just trim. It was about yay long, and I trimmed about, I don't even know how long that is, but it was about yay long, and I trimmed about that much off of it. I don't know if you can see that, but I digress. You trim a little bit off the back, and you'll get the noise that you're looking for. When you first get this call, it's going to have a much different sound to it. So to get your higher pitch, raspy blue-winged teal, you're going to cut that little bit off of the back of the reed. And what you come through with is a much easier blow through with this call, because they make the reed purposefully long, because they know when people buy this call, they're gonna absolutely wail on this thing. So trim that little bit, not much. Do it a little bit at a time. If you're really into tuning your call, do it a very small amount at a time, and take a sharp pair of scissors to do it with, because you do not want to mess the back of that reed up. We'll listen to some more calls, and we'll go through the motions of it again. If you've never hunted teal before, it's just safe to say go with that first set that I just explained to you. If you've hunted teal before, you know that they're going to make a couple of different sounds. Now, those different sounds can be made by just messing around with that call. And some of it is going to sound like this. And other sounds that they make are going to be a little bit more muffled, like they're eating or something. Like if they've got something stuck in their throat, you know how the mallards, when they are eating, their call gets a little muffled to it, and that's going to sound something like what I just let you listen to. You can tell just by me moving my fingers around the opening of this call, I'm either making a raspy sound or I'm not, or I'm making a throated call or I'm not. And that's all there is to it. Like I said before, just making this call outright, you're moving your tongue to block the air that's coming through and to release it back. Pretty much just saying hen, 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 hen. It's kind of like a mallard call, except it's much choppier with a higher cadence. Now, I have sat there and watched them, and they will tend to do just one call. If they're sitting on the water and they're looking for somebody, you know, or well, it seemed like he was doing that. She didn't do the choppy high cadence call. She was just floating around out there looking for somebody and just doing one call. Here it is. She would float around out there, and she would she would not continue like the calls that I've been showing you. She would just beep, beep. So that might work in your favor too. If you got some teal coming in to your honey hole and you're not real confident in it, just blow it once. See what happens. Now, when you get a little bit more practice in, and you can practice with your fine tuners here, practicing the throated call, the muffled call, and the open face call, you can probably get them coming in once you've got a lot of practice. But that's about it, really. If I missed anything, if I didn't go over it good enough, you guys let me know. And don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.